Welcome back, everyone. Aces Premiership Countdown Grand Final Edition. Special guest. We've got Jack Ginnivan in the building. We break it down. We see what Kenny Hinkley said to him. The pig, he's 102 kilos. He tells us his off-season plans. We talk about the granny. We break it down. Tips, Norm Smith, and we've even got a tip at the Manikato Stakes. Tune in right here. This episode is proudly sponsored by KPI Construction Services. When it comes to construction sites, reliability and efficiency are key. That's where KPI Construction Services shines. With a single call, KPI provides a range of essential services, which includes labour hire, crane hire, and traffic control. KPI is a progressive business with modern plant and equipment across all of their operating states. Focusing on innovation and to avoid the business drifting is always front of mind. We are proud to be aligned with and have such a reputable company partnering with the show. Aces, I know I always go on about the RIXXs, but I got huge news. We have all our styles and colours restocked on the website right now. Get online, grab some sunglasses at rixeyewear.com.au right now and use our little discount code ACES if you want a 20% discount code on the house.
All right, Tommy, let's get stuck into the podcast, mate.
Welcome back. Great stuff. Welcome back, everyone. Aces Premiership Countdown, the Grand Final Edition. We have a special guest. We'll just get straight to him. Guinea, welcome to the show. Great man. Good to have you.
Thank you.
Pig, where's the clap? You're not happy with that?
Well, I was clapping, but like you bypassed me straight away to Guinea, which we love that. But I've been banned off the screen as well. Guinea was up there without me. I'm down the bottom. It's Steve.
Move on quick, mate.
Anyway, it's good to have the great man and one of the bigger names in the comp at the moment, on and off the field.
You've had a great year. Different role this year, way more pip. How you found it?
Yeah, I know. We're just talking off air with not getting the ball, but yeah, I found the ball lucky enough at half forward. Hawks let me do my thing, and yeah, it's been so good.
What were you playing? Like just a roaming high half forward?
Yeah, roaming forward. So it's like me, Dilmore, Connor McDonald, all up high, and we can sort of float wherever and get up into D50 if we want a little cheap one, or sit deep as well. So yeah, we got a good mix.
Makes a big difference when you're winning playing half forward. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, geez, the Hawks are just flying. Every half forward's having 20 and 1.
I will go into it a little bit later because it's a great man played in the flag last year, but he got 3 votes. Was it against the old mob? We'll get to the Brownlow, but yeah,
right.
I just thought of it then. That would have been nice.
What was that?
It was good. Sleeper.
There's plenty happening around 19. Yeah, against the Pies. I was just one of those games. I think I had 20 touches at halftime. I'm like, I can kick a goal or two here. I could, sneak a vote here. So I ended up kicking 2 in the last quarter or last half, and 30 and 2 got a good ring to it.
That's a big day at the office. Half forward.
Yeah, 20 at half time, so you start thinking,
but against
I'm feeling I could break 40 here. I remember I had 16 in the first quarter once against Carlton, and I'm like, I'm going to break the record. 20.
You started. It's the worst, isn't it?
I used all my tickets. I was gone. Anyway, it's good.
Right. I reckon there's a few blokes who used to check the stats at half time when they're in the reserves. They'd grab their phone out of their bag and just check the stats because they knew they had to.
You're not at the phone anymore.
No, but you are at like Oregon Waffle VFL. You just grab your phone out and just quickly check. There's a few blokes that I used to play with.
You can in your head, and anyone that doesn't is an absolute liar. You know how many you got, roughly. You might not know exactly. You might have had 5 in the first and
you know why you know? Because your mood's right up and about.
Yeah,
you know when you see your mate doesn't touch it, mate, just keep working.
It's so criminal.
I will talk about the year quickly because this is how I'm thinking the rundown will go today, lads. We've got the season, we've got the prelim week we'll touch on quickly, Brownlow night, the RIXX party, you boys are on fire, the granny, and then obviously we can't skip over the Manikato Stakes at the Valley this Friday as well. We've got the Moonee Valley specialist right next to us.
I'm glad you verbally told us the run sheet because you didn't send one to me today. It's very casual today, mate.
Very casual, you know what it's like, Piggy.
Anyway, so
let's go over the year though. Like how do you sum it up? Because it's not easy moving clubs, but I mean from the outside looking in, it was an absolute blessing in disguise.
Yeah, 100%. The footy club's been so amazing, and childhood dream to play for the Hawks, and the start probably 0-5. I was asking a few questions to mum and dad, going, "Oh, geez, this is
0-5,
this is pretty weird. I haven't experienced this before, but since that point, it was just this weird balance wave that we just rode so hard, and to end up making finals and winning a final against the Dogs, who were probably the best team in it. People were saying is. so good. And then to fall agonisingly close to Port was a little bit disappointing, but we're on to bigger and better things in 2025. We've got Battle and Barras hopefully coming in, and we'll be flying in 2025.
That'll be massive wins for you guys, and it was good to see. Like it seemed like from the outer, and I haven't spoken to you too much about footy, but they really embraced like you as a person kind of thing. I think Sam Mitchell got around, and it was evident when Sis backed you up with the Ken Hinkley thing. We don't really have to go into it, or we can go into it, but
get into it.
Yeah. That was nice to see. Obviously, you played with a little bit more flair. They gave you a bit more time up the ground, a bit more. You got a bit more of the ball. You kicked goals. You had a really good season. Was that nice? To feel like that they have your back with all the stuff. Have you had a conversation with the coach at all about trying to stay out of the limelight?
Yeah, I think I find it hard to stay out of the limelight. I think even anything I do, it's back page or it's on Instagram somewhere, but. It's been really good to have Sam. He's really bought into us forwards. We've probably driven it the most, like Wizard and Connor McDonald doing our celebrations and just stuff that, this is what we see in the NFL and NBA. And, I love watching those sports, and so do the other young lads, and we really buy into that. And then, to have your captain, Sis, as your biggest support has been amazing for me. And he's obviously been so good this year, even playing. But when he sticks up for you in the media and has your back and you're really good mates, it's amazing, that stuff.
Awesome.
It looks like great energy. I could only imagine when you're mucking around doing those kind of drills that you do where it's just 10 blokes v 10 blokes and there's a punishment on the line, just at training, let alone the celebrations game day. What's been the difference, you reckon, from like the Pies to the Hawks, just even like day to day?
Oh yeah, it's a lot younger group. Obviously, the Pies is so professional, and there's so many older guys, so it's a bit more tame and things like that, which is totally fine. But at the Hawks, I'm only 21 still, so to have the likes like Wizard, basically being me when I was 18, just carrying on.
He carries. I mean, you forget how young you boys are. It's the best. Yeah. 18. I mean, imagine what kind of carry on you guys have been doing at 26.
He just said he's 21. It was like how much you've crammed into 3 years of footy. He's incredible.
Yeah, me and Gunston always talk about that. I could write probably a 60 chapter book already. So maybe my autobiography I'll have to write. It's going to be 150 billion
mate, it'd be a cracker.
chapters.
Make sure you start writing it now.
It's funny you mentioned Gunston too. I actually saw him maybe at the end of the season, just before finals. I saw him out and I said, mate, how you going? He goes, "Geez, I'm old. But they're making me feel young. And like he was loving his footy just by the way they were playing. Obviously, it's nice when you get a lick of the ice cream forward when the way you guys punish on turnover. You must practice all that kind of stuff, like quick turnover, go forward quick, because it seems like that's how most of your scores were driven, especially in the back half of the year.
Yeah, 100%. Like from our back half as well, it's not just our forwards, like people like Josh Weddle, Impey, Carl Amon, like these guys really drive our back half ball movement, and they've been superior, how they've been playing all year. And then, to have people like Punky, which Luke Bruce and Gunners up forward with all our young guys has just been amazing to learn off. Obviously, Luke Bruce, 500 goals and 300 games. You can't get someone better than that teaching your young forwards. So he's been a massive influence on me and, the other small forwards as well.
This could be dumb. I still don't know what the fuck HOC stands for.
Neither do I.
I think I saw something about organised chaos, but I don't know what the H means. So can you tell me what the fuck HOC stands for? And I think, does everyone know what it, before you answer, does everyone know what it means?
No.
Okay, and you don't have to tell me if it's a secret, but everyone's embraced HOC ball. But I always try to work out what the HOC stands for, and I figure I got no idea.
What
do you think?
It's quick, it's flary, it's just I don't know. I
saw a clip of Gunston saying organised chaos, and I'm like, that might be the last two. Tell me if I'm right.
Yeah, I think he did say that, but that's just pure cap. Like that, I don't even think it means HOC actually means like HOC actually doesn't mean anything. I think like for some reason we've just gone with it, and like. Even me and Wizard made these HOC jumpers and people were buying it, so I wasn't complaining.
That's
so,
hilarious.
HOC can basically mean whatever you think. But I think Pig's right. It's about exciting, quick footy, and we've bought into it, I guess.
Oh, that's great. So there's actually no one that has got that HOC just popped out of nowhere.
Yeah, there'd be a few random sayings going around. Gunston and all these different people are probably saying different things, but I don't know. So.
That was the first time I just saw a clip and I'm like, oh, that could be the last two words. Wonder what the H stands for.
You might and you played with him. We used to call it frost ball at Melbourne, and you played with Frosty because he used to get the ball and no one knew what he was going to do, and I don't even reckon he knew because he would just grab it. He was so fast, and then everyone's like, "What are you doing?" And it was good. It would either end up badly or it would always end up in a score. How was it playing with Big Frosty? He was pretty flat, seeing he had such a good year, played every game, and then missed out in the finals. He's quick. He's a competitor. How was he play with this year?
Yeah, it was a massive loss, obviously, against Port Adelaide not to have him, our key back. Yeah, like you said, bit of frostball. I think he tamed it down this year. Like Sam's always keeps him in check every meeting. So
some you go, mate. Just give the handball.
Yeah,
don't run, mark it.
Exactly. He's not bad on the little 15s, but yeah, when he gets going, when he gets up and going, he's a bit of a fossil now. He's got a sore back, so it's hard to get up and going for the old Frosty. But on Saturdays, he's been going really well, and he's going to be huge next year as well.
Oh, it's great. Well, let's get to the game that you played against Port Adelaide because it was a cracker. And while we got you here, we'll just break it all down. But how was that week? Because things just get blown right out. You know, you make a little cheeky comment to your old mate on Instagram, and then all of a sudden, and blokes like me and Piggy got nothing else to talk about. We're just talking about the build-up, how good the build-up was. And then it come down to pretty much the last kick, really. You guys probably had a bit of a slow start, normally a bit quicker out the blocks, but all the drama at the end of the game. But before we get to that, what was it like for the build-up for you? Did you feel a little bit more pressure knowing that there's a lot more external noise, or you just blocked it out and didn't care?
Oh, I think my whole career, like, I've faced these sort of things. So, it's water off a duck's back for me. But, the build-up to the game was so good. You know, you want to play in these big finals as kids growing up, and got the ability to do so, and going over there at Adelaide Oval, they're singing "Never Tear Us Apart" before the game, and you're just smiling to your mate next year, and you know those are the finals you want to be in. And we had that the week before against the Dogs, 97,000, and to fall agonisingly close and lose. You know, I missed a goal in the last quarter, and then Sis and Dill hit the post. So you know, you got all these moments, but you know, there's moments in the first quarter and second quarter that you know could have went our way, but. It was a bit disappointing, obviously.
Yeah, it's how cool is it? Even though it's not your fans and you're away, but that never tear us apart thing. I've never played in a final against Port over there, but even during the year, it's nuts. You just like, why don't Melbourne supporters do this? They didn't do that. They barely cheered for us, but
they don't rock up with Melbourne supporters, do they?
It's nuts atmosphere, isn't it? It's sick. Even you genuinely look at your mates, and go, mate, this is sick. Yeah, like, this is what we're here for.
It's 22 this is the best. For them, really.
It doesn't matter how many games you play, you still get the little chills and it's awesome. Doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are, like it's the same for everyone.
Yeah, 100%. And then it's weird. I feel like you don't really, as a forward, you don't settle into the game until you get your first touch. And it took me, I think, you know, a little bit into the first, and then as soon as you kick your first goal, then you know the whole weight falls off the shoulders. So once the first goal went through, then it was laughing.
You know what I love? I love when you and the Wiz and all the boys, you go at the crowd and you have a little bit of a word to them as well. Some people just do something, you know, they'll celebrate little whatever, but you guys have a little bit of a word. What'd you say to them? Because I love this shit.
Jeez, I don't even know. I think both of mine, I just looked at them, and there's a photo where I'm standing like this, and all the Port fans have got their fingers up. There's about 15 of them. I know Wizard chirps. He likes to run around and carry on, but during the year we got told to rein it in, but then we went away from our celebrations, and then at the end of the year they said, "Nah, keep going." So we got right back into it.
I'm glad. Well, it's interesting you say that, because this is something I was going to ask. Is there not how many times, but how often has that happened where they're like, oh, listen, mate, you're treading on the line here, getting in trouble, or trying to get into the media, trying to get into the limelight? And has Sam ever sit there and gone, listen, like, or what does he say when he does, or has he?
Well, I think potentially maybe once, I think during the year, I reckon it was against Adelaide, we were carrying on a little bit, maybe too much. I know you just got to let the guys do what they do, because if you take what they do away, they're not going to play as well. So awesome. It's really honest conversations between Adrian Hickmott and Sam, and they've been amazing for us. And you know, we're just going to keep beating ourselves in 2025 and carry on even more.
I think that's so good. Like, you always get the best out of your players if you let them be themselves. And like you and the Wizard at the moment, it's good that you got your little left or right hand man. You guys are in tandem together in that forward line with just being cheeky.
Got to keep them in check.
The forward line's stacked though. Like, there's so many players that have popped up and kicked a bag this year, and you're all so young.
Yeah,
you know, obviously, like, Gunners and a few of those boys, but like they're just sitting at the back and they get the mismatch, and it's like they don't miss when they get a chance. So it's like, who do you stop? You guys are, and because you're so young, it's a bit scary.
Yeah, it's been. I think Punky and Gunners said it, like they've never seen such an even spread. I think eight of us kicked 23 or more goals this year, which is ridiculous. You see teams obviously, have 2 guys who kick 50, but if we have 8 guys that kick 25, we'd rather have that. So it's been an amazing effort from everyone, and I think Wizard kicks 15 goals in the last 6 games or something. So I think
you backed him every week, I reckon, the Wiz, and he just kept kicking sausages. And he's only because he's so young, he gets better with the bigger the game.
He's a stocky unit too. Like, is he strong in the gym? He's only a little man, but he just seems like a little tank.
Oh, he's about 165 or something.
Oh wow!
I don't know, but he's got a heart.
He might be at Moonee Valley on Friday. He'll be on the top weight.
He's got a big heart, so he's a never say die guy. So he's always good to play with.
Anyway, one more before we move on. But the Port game, me and Pig sat here and we love seeing Kenny carry on like a pork chop and you laughing and all that. But what was it like? What do you think? Is that a bit of a rivalry now?
No, I think it's just a bit of theatre. The only thing, I never want to upset the team and have more pressure on the team. So even though I don't care, it might have upset a few players and put more pressure on them. So that was the only awkward thing, I guess, to put the team in an awkward situation. But yeah, for Ken, he can go. I didn't really care that he did what he did. $20,000. Geez, I might have to lend him a bit of coin. I feel bad for him. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
but,
it wasn't worth 20. We spoke about it here, but.
20 hurts.
If I lost 20 grand, I wouldn't get paid this month, so I'd be shattered.
That's good. But the rivalry next year, they should put it round 1.
Round 1, for sure. Friday night.
Adelaide
or the
And
gym.
if you win by a point, surely what are you doing back? You got something.
Enjoy the flight, Ken. Enjoy the flight.
You can't tell me you won't be saying something. You'll be going for the 20 grand fine as well, I reckon.
I'll keep it a secret till round 1.
Yeah, I like that.
Smart.
Well, let's move on. It's Granny Week, but we all love Granny Week for all different reasons. But we can't skip the Brownlow. The Brownlow is one of the biggest nights of the year. Guinea was there. He polled 3 against the old mob, which is, not many blokes have. Funny enough, just a fun fact, but not many people poll votes. Bobby Hill's never got a vote in his life. Norm Smith, mark of the year this year. He's an exciting forward, but never polled 1 vote. So it's not easy polling a vote. And Guinea's polled 3 against his old mob. So what was it like when you get the 3 in the room?
Yeah, all the cameras go to the player who they think's going to get 3. So yeah, there's a few cameras around, and I was asking the GM and Sam if I could do something silly, but they rang.
Asking for permission.
They said no. So I just reined it in a little bit, but I thought I would ask. But
what were you thinking?
Maybe the airplane. Nah, it's just joking.
That would have been so good.
Something funny, but yeah. It was a good night. Hard launch to the Misso. So
the Misso.
Yeah, it was a hard launch, wasn't it?
So that was probably the biggest launch you could possibly do.
That's a way to launch, though, mate. You launch properly.
Exactly right. So it was a good night, and ended up being good.
Was she stoked with the launch?
Yeah, she loved it.
What was the chat
that's
about?
Everyone's dream. Every girl's dream.
You know what? You can't go much. It's going to be tough now to back that up. That's the launch. Now, what do?
Yeah, well, the next thing on our list is we're going to Hawaii for 10 days. So it's a good start.
It's a hot start to the relationship. It's probably not sustainable, that start, is it?
Honeymoon phase.
Yeah, 10 days. If you don't know someone too well, 10 days in Hawaii, you might test someone out.
But
once
we'll be laying on the beach drinking pina coladas. That's
the best. What about, sorry, how funny is that? I had to ask the GM and Sam for permission, like he's asking for a chocolate out of the pantry. That's good. It's endearing and sweet in a way. Come on, Sam, can I be cheeky?
Can I be cheeky?
Yeah.
It's good.
Whenever I want to do something controversial, just ask them first.
Yeah, it's smart. It's smart.
It ended up boring.
It's a weird count. Did you find it weird?
There's too many fucking votes.
How many? Mate,
they need to change it. Apparently the umpires don't see the stats, but
they should.
They nearly need to have it. This is the way I reckon they need to reshape the whole thing. They need to sit down after the game, 3 of them or 4 of them now, whatever it is, and go, all right, who's best on? They have a chat. All right, this is who I've got. And then they look at the stats, see if it backs up. Harrison Petty, God love him. He had 13 touches, got 3 votes. Like,
Mate, and on the other way, Brent Daniels didn't get one all year.
Outrageous.
Didn't get one vote. He's had like 30 and 2 some games. Didn't get one vote.
Cripps, I think, got 3 votes when it came.
2 when he had 18 at 14% or something was the graphic I saw on Twitter.
They nearly have it as just a little bit of a bit of data for him, just to like, because if you're doing votes for a game, let's say you're an armchair experts or whatever and doing it, you're looking at the stats.
And you're watching the game as well.
Like, even though someone had 40 touches, and no impact or no goals, but someone had 30 and kicked 2, and you just like, hey, I feel like he was the best player. You're still giving him the votes.
And even when you're playing, like, you don't even, like, you're sort of like, you have a little inkling of like, oh, fuck, he was good, but you don't actually know, like,
until you look at the stats.
Yeah, until you go, oh, yeah, no,
that makes sense. Yeah.
I remember playing with Lockie Neal, and it's just because you're playing wing and you're too busy off ball. We're talking about, you're trying to play your role. You come in and you're like, oh, I wonder how everyone went, and you get to your phone and he's at like 35 and everyone else is in the 20s. You're like, far out. Lockie's dominated. But you don't see it in real time, do you? Because it's in and amongst the contest.
You're worrying about everything else. Like, you're worrying about running these patterns, trying to make sure your opponent doesn't get a kick, getting a kick yourself. So, and the umpires, they're trying to make sure they make the right decisions, fucking running up and back, making sure people don't get caught high, they're not fighting, but whatever it is, bounce the ball right. How the fuck are they supposed to make a clear decision?
I tell you what, we obviously love our NFL, and I've lost a lot of multis this week by 1 leg, but I tell you who's stiffer than me is Nick Dacos has polled 38 and he hasn't got a Brownlow. He's broken the record and he still has no Brownlow.
He got beat by 7.
Mate, it's you don't have to be
outrageous.
It's just
2 years in a row, he'd be shattered.
But that's again back to how do they change it? So you got blokes that you got match winners. You've got key forwards like Jesse Hogan, Jesse Cameron. You got all these crafty half backs. But the reality is, if you're not a midfielder, you can't get anywhere near it.
Midfielder's award. I don't think a forward's won it since like Plugger or something.
What are you got to do to win it outside of the midfield though?
Kick 100 like Buddy, and even he didn't even get close.
He was like 10th or something.
Which is bizarre, isn't it?
No. Sandlands, I reckon, come 4th once.
That's right. Sandlands came close.
I love Sandlands.
Like, Gorney can poll votes too. He's like, he's like getting the taps and all that. But, like, you're right. He's still a midfielder. Ruckman is still a midfielder.
Clipper had a great year, don't get me wrong. It was.
I tipped him last week to win it. I thought he was going to win it, but.
You are on fire at the moment. I'm looking forward to getting your tips later because he's been nowhere all year. But this final series, we've had this bet together and it's all over by the semis.
Clark Keating, Mr. September, they call me.
Very good, very good. Well,
after party, hold on, you didn't go to the after party, did you?
Nah, kept it pretty tame.
Lunch with the missus. You would have the penthouse up there with the dessert, wouldn't you, with the robes on? I think we'd have the crown robe on.
Yeah, keep it PG.
Was it boring though? I've never been. Pig, you've been a few, haven't you? Like, is it boring? Is it fun?
Oh, if you have a good table, like I'm sitting next to 5 of my best mates and carrying on drinking a few reds, so it was all right. But the actual count, like, there's a lot of stuff in between and like all that sort of stuff. So yeah, drags on a bit, but yeah.
Anyone slipped the waiter 100 or
should have, because otherwise we're drinking.
John Brown said that on his podcast, the Brownies podcast. He slid them 100 and they come straight away with the crownies.
Yeah, they come every ad break. Otherwise, you miss like 3 or 4 sometimes, and it's like an hour on the same beer. So and I don't like that.
Yeah, well, they have just a bucket of beers, and then once you drink them,
I think they only bring them out.
My red might have changed this year because my red wine never was empty. So that it was. When me and my partner Lily were trying to play to the bottom, but you couldn't get to the bottom.
Never ending bottom. Yeah, that's great. Oh. Well, let's get into the week. Granny week. We'll break the whole game down. Guinea, you've played there. You were there last year. What's it like this time of the week? We're recording this Wednesday night. The parade's Friday. This Manikato Stakes is Friday night. And then you've got the day. It's going to be 24 degrees. Another absolute cracker. But what goes on for the punters out there that don't understand? When's main training? What goes through your head there? You're trying to train hard or just get a couple of touches and get off? What's going on?
Yeah, Wednesday would be a day off, and then tomorrow would be main training. And just trying to get a few touches. Don't get injured and just cruise around. And then, the Manikato Stakes was penciled in, so got to float over there. And then, the parade, it was an absolute scorcher parade last year. I think it was like 27. And then, the granny was hot as well, 28. I was trying to wear the long sleeve, but I warmed up and then it was too hot. So, pretty cruisy week, and you just got to get through to 2:30 on Saturday.
Was the parade on the river last year? Was that a couple?
No,
of years
that was
ago?
the year before.
Yeah.
It looked
That was
horrible.
A fizzer, wasn't
Oh, mate, they gifted all the boys the sunnies. I couldn't even see them. They're in the middle of the Yarra. I couldn't even see anyone's head.
it?
Yeah,
Had like
that was a
binoculars,
disaster.
RIXX binoculars.
Yeah. Very good. And so what time's the parade? That's like midday, isn't it?
Yeah, midday on Friday morning, like 10 o'clock, I think. And
Yeah.
there would have been 150,000 people there last year. It was insane. You drive around for probably a K and a half, just waving and
That's something that me and you have got over the pig. We've both done a parade in Melbourne.
Yeah, that kills me.
I've
doesn't
done
it?
it
We
as
didn't
a-
even do one. It was in COVID. We were still.
I was emergency. If someone was waving, I was like, "Who the fuck is that?" I go, "Yeah, mate, yeah."
Well, it's public holiday.
What was your? Did you have a parade or anything in
I
Perth?
can't remember what we did, to be honest.
you do anything?
I think we did something, but I can't. No, I reckon we just had a big, and you guys do that here, like the big captain's run at Optus, because we're in Perth.
Oh, and then all the fans just rolled in.
Yeah, I can't, you know what? I can't remember.
Can't remember.
I don't remember much after. I
It's a
don't
while
remember
ago.
much before. Yeah, it's
Oh,
a few
boy.
years ago. So, but the public holiday on a Friday now
Yeah.
opens that up to people actually going 150 grand. I'm just thinking, I ain't going on that parade. Do you know what I mean? Who's bringing? You'll probably bring your kids
You've
and all
got
that.
kids, you're going, yeah.
Yeah,
so
make
you
makes
soon.
yeah, probably will.
Yeah, you'd probably be going.
I'll go tomorrow.
We'll clip that and we'll see him in the crowd one day.
Yeah, I know. They'll be burning as well.
Oh, hoodie on.
Full nuffy. Hey, Pig, yeah, yo, mate.
I'll have all the badges.
Can you be
and
there
that.
next year in the granny parade, just waving at you? Oh, that's great. And obviously, Manikato Stakes. Have they contacted you? Are you an ambassador? You got anything to do with Moonee Valley?
Well, last year I was, but this year I've just sort of died down. I've got a few other commitments on, so I won't be going on Friday. Got a mate's birthday, so
You're kidding.
yeah.
How selfish is your mate to be born on that day and not let you go back?
I'll have a big screen on, no doubt. They'll
So they're floating around in the back, and they'll be.
Who's our man? Burgoyne when he won the tally. He won the best on ground about 3 weeks ago, and they go, "Oh, beautiful!" And now I got me punting TV.
That's so good.
That's a
great.
lot.
Any tips, mate? Any tips?
Give us your best for Manikato Stakes and maybe the night as well. So give us two, because we know you've definitely done the
A lot
form.
of our listeners, they love punting, obviously.
That's
They hate us, but they love punting.
We're bloody close. If you go on the Ausmerican Aces Sportsbet feed, you'll see that we're one leg short of six of the last six.
Jeez. My tip for the Manikato is Hagasaki. I think that's how you pronounce its name. It came second last start and was flying. It lost to Mornington Glory and was just flying. It's up 200 metres, so I'll be back in that for sure.
Jamie Carr.
Does it sit on the speed at the Valley? They need a lead.
Close enough. It'll be close. It came from, I'm pretty sure, dead last start, so it'll be ridden a bit closer this time and it'll be zooming
What
past.
kind of odds are we talking?
Hayasugi.
We're talking 550.
550. And what number is it, just for everyone out there, just to really
Number
simplify it?
13.
Number 13, Manikato Stakes, Friday night, 550. There you go. We'll be putting that up on the Aces feed, and
Yeah,
we'll be riding that together. We'll call it the Guinea Stakes.
And then there's the Fiend Stakes, which is a 4-horse race, which is, I'm pretty sure it's a Group 1. It's Mr. Brightside, Pride of Jenny.
Oh, wow.
And I think at the Valley, you can't go past Pride of Jenny. It's $2, but at the Valley, it's hard to catch anywhere, let alone the Valley, 200 metres straight. So I reckon that.
Those two are going to be having the best battles all spring, aren't they? Like they're that far away from every other horse when they go down. Like the last couple I've watched, it's crazy how they just fight and they're everything you want.
They need Fangirl to come over here and give it a mix up.
What happened to Fangirl? I
Fangirl
feel like
got beat
Fangirl was
last week,
over
I
here,
reckon.
wasn't it?
No, it smoked him last week.
Oh, it did the
Yeah.
week
But
before it
it's a
lost, didn't
four-horse
it?
race though with two guns, and it's just like, well, then no other little nuggets are going to get in the way too much. It's just genuinely going to be a duel.
Yeah.
You'd think, but then one of these other
I
things
feel
is
like
going to win.
4-horse races sometimes it's just somehow it's just all a fuck around. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Hopefully it's just them two going blow for blow.
They will be. I love it. All right, we'll be getting right behind that. Let's talk about the granny, lads. Let's talk about the game. You guys start, but what I want to start with is just your tip. Who's going to win the game? Mills is out on the way here.
Yeah.
It's Mills is out of the Sydney Swans lineup.
Mills out, but didn't play last.
Didn't play
week.
last
So
week, but
I
just
think
letting everyone know he's not coming back in. That's a lot of leadership.
straight off the bat, I'm going to say Sydney, and I'll give you a couple of reasons. One, their midfield, and we can say both about both midfields, but I feel like their midfield star power. Heaney's in better form than he was at the start of the year. Oscar McInerney's a massive out, man. Like Joey was ruck last week. Joey, I think they'll bring Fort in.
Don't know. Yeah, that's the
I
rumour.
think they're going to bring Fort in. Good VFL form, but coming to a grand final, like come on, up against Grundy, who actually I will touch on that. Your mate as well, I'm sure. But you played with Grundy, didn't you? He's a 14 days job. I played with him and Jimmy Jordan last year. Great stories, man. Like so good luck to them.
What a move for him.
Jimmy Jordan seems like a hard-nosed guy, like good to play with.
Quiet as bloke, really
plays
nice
his
guy. Plays his role, trains his ass off, doesn't say much, but just tries his absolute ass off and runs all day. Just one of the guys you just love playing with. And Grundy's the same, one of the most caring blokes I reckon I've ever seen. So can't wait. I'm kind of barracking for them as well, but I just think Brisbane have played their grand final 2 weeks in a row. They've come from behind. Sydney were really convincing against Port. I think we all knew they were probably going to win. Port, I know they finished third or whatever, but they kind of limped in there, and they were never going to be a contender.
I wish the Hawks beat them because they just didn't fire a shot last week.
But I just reckon I just think Sydney win, and I hope it's a cracking game like last year. But and in a way, I want Brisbane to win because I feel bad for them about what happened last year. Not too bad because the great man got a medal, but they've been around. They've been around the mark for like 6 years, and those teams they deserve to win one. You know what I mean? So, but I think with the midfield star power that they've got and the form that they're in, I just can't go past them.
Like it. Smith?
Well, I think it's a tough one because I think Dunkley's going to go to Heaney.
Yeah, I've done these matchups in my head as well.
So I'm going to say Warner, and I just don't think who's going to go.
I think it's McCluggage v. Warner.
Warner had the highest rated player on the field 2022 grand final. And that was 2 years ago. They lost by 70.
If Sydney win, it's out of Warner and Heaney. And it's a stupid.
I can see Warner chopping.
Basic, but I'm going to go Warner.
Hard to tag Warner.
And I reckon, and this is a roughie, if Brisbane win, I think Ashcroft will win.
Yeah, he's in good form.
He's playing well and
won't get much attention.
Yeah, Jimmy Jordan's going to go to Neil.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Neil will get tagged, Heaney will get tagged. Then you got Warner v. McCluggage, and then you got Ashcroft and
who else is there?
Luke Parker. He was playing defensive forward last week. He might, go to Harris Andrews, Rowbottom. And
he's a good player.
Yeah, he loves to tackle hard. Yeah, so he'll probably him and Jordan might even just work together on Neil. That's why I think there's a little bit of room there for McCluggage.
Yeah, but. I mean, I'm tipping Sydney. So
anyway, you go, Guinea. Who are you tipping, and then who do you think will win Normie?
I'm tipping the Swans as well. They just got so much firepower, and like the pig said, that Brisbane have had some hard games leading into it, and Sydney have been cruising through. So my tip is either Will Hayward or Papley. I'm thinking Starchevich goes to Papley after last year. He was trying to lock down Bobby Hill, and then. Trying. And then, so Hayward or Papley, I'm leaning towards Hayward.
So you're looking after your small, crafty forwards.
Yep.
It's Hayward, he can kick a few goals.
He always suppose he's looking, he kicks 2 or 3 all the time.
Yeah, I reckon he's kick 40.
Very crafty.
Yeah.
They're both good players. So.
And just because I'm going to tell you mine in a minute, but the margin. How many points?
I think Sydney by 3 goals.
3 goals.
Yeah.
Really? You boys have got it that way?
I hope not, because I want to sit there and enjoy the day. I don't want it to be a Geelong Sydney job.
I'm going to go against this. I'm going to go Brizzy by 8 points.
Yep, good.
I'm gonna go for a bit of a smoky, but Cam Rayner for Norm. I reckon he can kick 4.
You love him, don't you?
Oh, mate, have you seen what
he's in every bet you've had for the last 6 weeks?
Have you seen what he's been doing?
Yeah, and then I bet on him, and he gets a big donut.
Don't you touch him this week, mate. Don't touch him this week. I'm telling you, people forget pick one, takes the hangers, kicks goals. He might be one of those players. If I'm coaching, I'm going, I might need you on ball today. I might need you to go in there, centre square bounce, and go head to head with Warner and be a bull for 40% of the day and then spit forward.
You're not bringing the big fella on ball in the biggest game of the year.
Centre square bounce, mate. If they're negating Neil or there's all these tags going on, mate, bring in – he does it all the time anyway, but I think he might get a little bit more midfield time. And I like it. I just think if they're going to win, he has to do something like kick 3 or 4. Bailey's the other one, but I thought watching live last week, Rayner's last half, I think he had 14 and kicked 2, and that's a second half game. Like if you, as you know, like that's hard to do from half forward, let alone in a final. So, but
really
I just
stepped
hope it's
up,
close. I don't want to blow out.
Yeah, he's stepped up, hasn't he, this year?
He has.
He's
People
had
aren't-
a really
he's
good
coming
year.
off the, obviously the knee was a while ago, but he's just, he's just really building. And I want to see him. I want to see them go well.
When you look at it, like these are probably the 2 best sides nearly on paper. Like there's just so many stars everywhere. Like the forward line of Brisbane, midfields. Like there's just so many good players. Harris Andrews, like maybe could win the Norm as well.
Yeah.
Get a hold of someone there. Like there's just so many good players across the park. So let's just hope
I still
it's
reckon
okay.
the Giants should be there.
It's over the course of the year, Sydney have been the best team,
Yep.
but Brisbane have been the best team since round 10, comfortably.
Probably the Hawks and Brizzy.
yeah.
You're right.
You're right.
Hawks and
Yeah.
Brizzy's forms like
Yeah,
that.
Bulldogs you could throw in there as well.
They kind of had a couple of games, I reckon, doggies, where you're like, what was that?
Yeah, but like,
Yeah,
I
it's gonna
feel
be
like,
cracker.
in a way, they were 1 and 2 in the end. The Brisbane
Well, mate,
started
everyone wants
shit
to watch
house.
it because I'm trying to buy tickets, and mate, the price is about $2,000 a ticket. All right, boys, there's always this grand final raffle, and you got to pick a first goal kicker. Who do you think will kick the first goal?
I'll go someone rogue. If Brandon Campbell's starting on the wing,
That is Rogue.
I'll go him bouncing on the wing from 50.
That would be outstanding. If that happens, that would be crazy. Some bloke that won the raffle would not have thought he was going to win, and he's
Get a
just
meat
going
tray.
wild. We'll clip that up if it happens for the meat tray. What about you? To win the meat tray, what do you reckon you'd pick?
I'm going Papley. I can just picture it already. Him
yeah.
snapping a goal on the run and just losing it. Just
high five, he
high-fiving
doesn't
people
say
on the way and just going back with
Do you
his
love watching
his
He's the
scrunched
king.
up head just losing it.
See him last week
high-fiving
on the
everyone.
quarter time. He kicked the goal, went straight up to him. His shirt was all ripped.
Oh,
He's a king.
That is great. I reckon Warner. Out of the guts. Yeah, just a quick bang. Like, wow, the game's alive. Just a bouncing out of the centre goal. Just a real quick one. I reckon I can see Chadley just going boom,
Yep.
which would be quite exciting. All right, well, that's our tips. Now, we're going to get the questions up in a minute, Guinea, but we can't skip over the great man, his performance at the RIXX party. He took the 3 votes. Pig, you were probably 2, I reckon. 1, you were
I was
right
pretty
around
same.
it. But Guinea, you were on fire, and mate, you were getting awarded with some fresh RIXXies. But not only will you get 1, you'll get another pair because the team told me. Make sure you give him another pair for the performance. So here's the brand new pair, mate, of the Boston in the oyster colour.
The newies.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
brand new. And then the Tribeca as requested for Hawaii.
The Tribeca. Which
mate,
one should I put on?
I reckon put the Bostons on because they're new. Piggy, we'll put ours on.
I got the Soho cherries, they go well on the market.
yeah.
I've got
We'll,
about 15 pairs now.
Yeah,
Can't complain.
Oh, mate, there's a few getting around
One for every
on
day.
Thursday.
What do we got?
Yeah, it does.
We'll break down Thursday. It was a great night.
Oh, unbelievable.
Mate, you guys know how to throw a party, I'll tell you that. It was awesome. I couldn't go last year for whatever reason. I can't remember. Was it last year?
Yeah, last year.
Someone,
yeah.
it was.
I think
supposed to go with
you're still
Maisie.
playing.
Yeah, no, me and Maisie were going to go, I reckon. And we couldn't. Anyway, this year, mate, well done. It's good. It was good. The great man was best on. There was a couple there. It was
good.
You tabled me up with Swanee and Rammer and that. Oh, geez, it was a bit dusty there.
Yeah, big Jimmy Kondos.
Jimmy Kondos, what a
Put all
man.
the Aces fancy boys together. We had Sip, Griff Logue, Naughty, Cross, Guinea,
Yeah, there was a few floating around.
Abe. There was a great crew on your table.
Harmsy tried to pull the pin on you late again.
I'll tell you what, Harmsy was dusty. He's come off the wacky Wednesday. I could just, when you're looking in the eyes of a man, you're like, geez, he just can't wait to go home.
I FaceTimed him on that day, and I looked at his head, and he had like cornrows in his hair.
I
and
saw the same photo.
he just looked sad.
He was
I was like, "You're not going, are you?" He didn't want to go.
But he rocked up, man of integrity. I wouldn't say it was integrity. We had to will him there.
Yeah,
it was like a 3/4 time speech to get him
Well,
there.
he's pulled the pin on every one of the pods, and it took asking him once to get him here. We've asked Harmsy 5 times. and
Guinea was in
he's-
straight
he's
away,
pulled
one
the
and done.
pin.
Very
Anyway,
good.
It was good.
Nah, it's great. It was a good night.
What
And
was the wash up?
mate, we're still kind of cutting up all the videos, but I was still recovering, I feel like. It was just such a big event, and, it takes a lot of energy to organise it. And then we had the after party back at the Brown Dogs. How good was that? Just going back. We went down to the reception the next day, and
I wasn't there.
yeah, no, you weren't. Man, I can't even remember who was there. I was that pissed by that stage.
There's a few floating around in there. Yeah. There would have been 50 odd.
There's 50 odd in there and a couple of noise complaints.
Good tunes.
Great tunes.
Oh, yeah.
But great times. So thanks, boys, for putting on a clinic. Now, for anyone out there, it's actually our RIXX birthday sale. So we had our party, but our sale's online. So go online to rixeyewear.com and check out that. It's 50% off and you get a free gift with purchase for the next few days. So check that out right now online.
Off?
Yeah. Well, up to 50% off, but there's a lot of cheeky offers if you hit the website.
Beautiful.
Now, we do our RIXX eye-catching moments, boys. So I was just thinking, what has kind of caught your eye?
Well, I'm just gonna and this is a good one for Guinea as well. Who the mark of the year? Whose was better? Bobby?
Oh yeah,
or
this
Jamie
is controversial.
Elliott? I thought Jamie Elliott. I mean, you look at both, you got a case for both. But then, this can be my eye catcher straight off the bat. What about the award?
Yeah, unbelievable.
2 million virgin points and 50 grand. And what about, was it Himmelberg last year?
I've got a text message exchange with another mate with Himmel, and he was not happy because he got a 4 and 20 meat pies and 10 grand.
That is outrageous.
So
he's down
Jamie
40.
Elliott would have been
Fuming. And he loves travelling, Jamie, so he was fuming.
2 million points. A lot
You can go
of
to
mate, fuck
America
the points.
15 times.
Yeah, and first probably business.
Don't worry about
class.
the points. The 50 grand.
Oh,
True.
But what would
I don't know, man.
how much is 2 million points? Like, what does that get? Yeah.
I reckon if you got 200,000, you could go to LA business.
That's about 10 grand.
Hey,
So
so
maybe the 2 million is better.
You could go to America 10 times for free, I reckon.
Yeah,
Jeez,
easy.
Bobby's had a good year. Like, if you go from last year's Norm Smith to that moment, he's had
He hasn't had a vote though, but he got 3 votes.
I know. Hey, Bobby, if you need some advice, come to me, mate. I've had me one. I can tell you what to do, where to be.
So the award, and then Himmelberg last year. If he was a year later winning it, he wouldn't have got a couple of cold pies.
I reckon,
and he ended up giving them to his local footy club.
yeah, the Himmel, he wasn't happy. He just flicked the meat pies off. But I reckon now that everyone, like, did you know it was 50 grand at the start of the year or during the year?
Nah,
I feel like no one knew.
Just knew then.
I reckon
It's not like you're going to try harder, mate. I was trying to take hangers my whole career. Couldn't get off the ground.
Him and the Wizard will be going big shots on. They won't be centering the ball, and there'll be a few chances where they'll be sitting on heads
Is
instead of
goal
crumbing.
the year the same? Is it?
So pretty sure it was 50 grand for both.
Yeah, I don't know. There was. I can't jump, so I won't be taking mark of the year, but hopefully goal will be.
And just on that, didn't Dacos have a fucking putrid night in terms of breaking the record on the votes and losing? And then he probably had goal of the year as well. And then Harley Reid's stolen that off him too. What an absolute rort.
He's had it's all going to happen.
Obviously
soon.
not a stinking night. He's a star, but
I reckon he had the most airtime out of anyone.
because he looked like he was about to leave at one point.
How would you be if you?
the worst.
Yeah, like knowing that you can't win, but you should win, or not should win, but you're meant to draw. Like everyone said, it's going to be a draw, and you're out of the like you're that like it's honestly
Lost
like
by round
it's
10.
Prodigy. Like he's that far in front, Cripper. No one was getting near him. He was honestly home. He's just like every time you thought there's a sniff, 3 votes, Paddy Cripps.
He bowled in 18 games or something, which is just remarkable.
Mate, he was getting 3s when he on the predictor because I was fine. Like, it was tipped to get 0.
Guinea, what caught your eye the last week while I get mine up? Because I sent Piggott on Instagram and I've got to have a look.
Can it be about anything?
Anything, mate, anything.
Jeez, I like something in the NFL that I saw. The Lions game, Goff threw it to St. Brown and then he flicked it to Jameer Gibbs and they went for a touchdown. And I
I
thought,
haven't seen that.
Oh,
when
mate.
I saw that, I was thought of you straight away and I was like, if you ask me something roguey, I'll say something on the potty. And
That is eye-catching stuff.
And it
What's
was-
that when I get
And do you
home?
think they should do that more often?
Is that the laterals?
Yeah, but like it was
what do
like
they call
say,
it? The hook or something?
I don't know what it was, but he literally threw it to St. Brown on a slant, and then the running back ran past him, and he literally just did a rugby pass
like a
backwards.
I've seen those before, man. They're allowed to do it.
But he
Why
did
don't
it-
they value ball security so much.
Yes,
they just don't want to
but
risk
they
it.
normally do that like game on the line. You know, when it's the last down, they're just doing trick plays, schoolyard bullshit. We call it the longest yard.
Maybe we
this
should
is,
be offense
Yeah,
coordinators.
this is like the second or third quarter. Like, it was a set play.
That's sick.
Oh, it was elite.
Caught my eye.
Yeah, it was eye-catching stuff.
Well done.
It was eye-catching stuff. All right, tell you what caught my eye, boys. There's 2 things here, but one. What do you think made more money in the last year? OnlyFans content creators
Probably.
or NBA combined payroll?
OnlyFans.
Can you believe this? The
OnlyFans
OnlyFans
buy
content
that.
creators, $6.6 billion industry versus $4.9 billion for the NBA payroll.
I think I should start at
I reckon you
OnlyFans.
might have to
Oh,
start
mate,
getting your rig out, Guinea, because that's a serious
There's a
operation.
reason they're all doing it, and it's not just people getting their rigs out. There's some
It's
dirty
good because
things.
Pig sent me his account details last
Oh,
week.
yeah.
You follow a few.
Don't follow
You follow a few. I don't mind.
I don't have the Kangan to be following that stuff anymore, big fella. Oh, that's
Sorry,
funny.
man. I just see you warming up there. Oh, that is very good.
That's good.
That was an eye catcher. But the other one I had, boys, was there's a guy from Shepparton that I saw on Sench Footy. Give them a shout out. And a 59-year-old, he looked like Dusty. He tried to do this. He had a bet with a few of his teammates that he could run 6.4 kilometres back to the rooms in under 30 minutes while having 10 schooners. He was 10 schooners deep. So he had a crack at it and the boys got him over the line. He was 4 minutes late, so he lost the bet. But the big fella, 59 years old, dressed like Dusty.
59.
Yeah.
That's not
So,
bad. What's that 5-minute Ks? Is it 30 minutes?
With
yeah,
10
it's-
schooners in you.
Yeah, he had that
I
10
know.
schooners.
Oh,
It was a
that's
great effort. That's the great man just popping in there, just coming in right now. He thought he did it. The boys were getting around him and they said, "Oh, mate, you've just missed it by 4 minutes."
I saw a thing. It's funny. That's awesome. I saw something online the other day, and it was like these blokes, and they had to run 15K and do 15 schooners, 15 pints, and there's a record for it. And I'm
That'd be
thinking-
tough, wouldn't
I'm
you?
thinking-
Throw up, wouldn't you?
It's a record.
Thinking,
for
I reckon. I could
Hang on
break
a second.
that.
Pig reckons he can do 60 dumplings. And
Easily.
Do you think Pig could do 60 dumplings?
In how long?
Oh, in a sitting.
Sitting.
Easy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Guinea's backing you in. That's outstanding.
Dumplings are fucking pretty good. So
Sixty's
I'm
not
about
that-
10. I'm going, I can go a few more. So.
Yeah, 10 and 60 is a bit
Well,
more.
Pig, is there anything you want to do with me with the
on their
punishments? So, Guinea, we
You
had
know what I'm doing. You're just
I'm
trying
not
to
doing
weasel
that.
your way
No,
out
I'm
of it.
just thinking, do you want to do double or nothing? You want to anything else?
Double another for what? The pod's over. It's the last
6,000
one.
calories.
It's grand final, brother.
What's the punishment?
Oh, we had a tipping
Because-
competition for finals. It was over in the first 2 weeks.
He has to enter a gym and he can't leave the gym until he's burnt 3,000 calories on his watch. And do you ever have a watch while you train and play?
Yeah, it's-
How many would you burn on a training day? Maybe
Oh,
900 or something?
like a 10K session, you probably burn 800.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate, it's sick.
4 hours, big fella.
I did 1500
And he has.
a few weeks
It's
ago.
been weeks since he's hasn't.
So you're-
and
No,
he
I
has-
said I'd
he's
do it
a
next
cat.
week.
Thank you.
I'm not a cat. Meow. Well, I am a cat, actually. When it comes to the 10-metre diving, I'm not doing the 10-metre. It was that or the 10-metre.
That would be way easy. I've done that when I was 16 down in Bendigo.
Thank you.
Is there
backflips off the
no, you didn't do it. You didn't do a backflip down in Bendigo, did you?
Yeah.
No
All
way.
the time.
100%.
Jump over the fence and do a few backflips
That
over the
stuff-
Hubie Tubie.
That stuff doesn't bother me. So it's.
I've done the 8 metres in Thailand, mate. I nearly shit my pants, so I'm not doing it again.
At least that takes 1 second and the other probably 6 hours of pain.
Yeah, but one you can die. The other one you can actually just
pin drop.
die. It's
can
water,
die, man.
brother.
Oh, knowing me, I'll over-rotate. My big fangs will hit the water first. I'll hit the knock and concussed. I'll just get scared. I'm scared of heights, I think.
Throw one of your teeth off the top and send create a tsunami and then jump in after that.
What if for the 3,000 calorie challenge, I've heard people do reductions if you do something else. So every beer you drink, you take off 250 calories
Oh,
or
geez,
something
man.
like
What
that.
Yeah, now we're talking.
All right,
so that's what I'm
about you
saying. What do you got for
do you want?
Canova?
All right, well, why don't you do the 24-hour Macca's sit in the Macca's challenge?
What is it? You need 20.
No, so you're sitting there. You got 24 hours in Macca's, but everything you eat,
Yeah.
it'll
Cheeseburger's
wipe off
30
half
minutes.
an hour.
Half an hour.
So if you eat a Big Mac meal, it'll wipe off an hour. So like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
oh, they're
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Have you seen them?
Yeah, I've done that.
12 Big Mac
I've
meals.
seen. I think it's
10 Big
Jack
Mac
Buckley
meals.
and Sam Taylor. Their fantasy league. That's the punishment.
That's good.
The loser has
Have we
to go.
made a punishment for
No,
ours?
we still need to, actually. You just reminded
There
me.
we go.
It was a bit mixed last year, but
Right.
Keen has because we're 3-0, so we can't see us coming last.
Yeah,
Don't do it then. me and Big Mo's here. Well, actually, we won on the weekend, but we've got a shit team.
All right, boys. Well, that's our RIXX eye-catching moment. Thank you to the boys putting them on, but to everyone that supports RIXX, use the discount code ACES any other day. But at the moment, head online, grab yourself a pair. Hey,
Well,
cheers to a great year.
Cheers. And thanks for Guinea for
Guinea,
coming
thanks
on.
for coming on.
Well done. Yeah,
It's the witching hour, as they say, in the red zone. It's the last 15 minutes of the show. We'll have a nice beer together to celebrate.
I don't know.
Stingray, get on.
We've got Brado's home brew here. It's a Stingray draft. Not bad. Let's have a
I
look.
don't know if that'll clip up, but we were trying to guess what beer he was going to bring in. And
Hopefully Stingray's come and sponsor
the
us.
old Stingray wasn't it, but it's actually not bad.
It's a nice beer, Brado. Well done.
Well done.
And they're local. They're just around the corner.
Bodrigi Brewery, shout out, new sponsor.
There you go. Give them a shout out for sure. Great beer. Boys, Mad Monday while we're having a beer. Did you get dressed up much when you played?
I had the jockey kit last year, which was
That was awesome.
that was the
great
Mr.
kit.
Brightside.
You still have that?
Yeah, it's floating around in my room.
Is it?
Yeah, so it's actually Craig Williams silk, so they only just fit. But this year I was pretty basic. I was last minute. I went as Justin Bieber when he wore the pink beanie and the massive oversized suit. So not much this year.
Who was best on at the Hawks, like in terms of their kit for Mad Monday?
Scrimshaw went as the Undertaker and CJ went as Kane, and they had a wrestling match.
That is awesome.
That is so good.
that
Who
was,
won? CJ's the best.
the Undertaker. It was pre-planned. Like Undertaker coming out of the ground.
That's the best.
That is so good.
It had all the music on, and that was. It was
Oh,
unreal.
mate. Did they do the entrances?
That's trying to do the choke. It's unbelievable.
But the boys losing it?
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's what I miss. That's kind of the little things that I miss. Pig, did you have any?
We didn't really do much at Melbourne. It's pretty much where we was retiring. They like last year, everyone had to come dressed up as something like me. So some people wore my kit. People wore a lot of shit kits, whatever. Adidas stuff, whatever. And this year was Angus Brayshaw, if that makes sense. So it was a bit tame and a little bit boring. I love the dress ups. Like, I think people that kick up a fuss, like, you just lost the final, or you've had a shit year, you don't deserve to dress up. Like, fuck off, seriously. Like, you don't drink piss all year. Well, some people don't. But so why can't you dress up and have a piss up? I reckon it's great. And I think it was always good when Geelong did it. Everyone thought it was
Geelong
great.
do it so
but if
well.
anyone else did it, like, it was like uncalled for. So we didn't dress up much. Trying to think what I did at Essendon ages ago. We used to dress up, but I love it. I reckon it's great. And we'll just talk about Undertaker and Kane. That's unbelievable. What about you guys?
Nah,
I feel like
man.
GWS would have been good at that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
Giants was good. My last year there was COVID, so I don't think we did anything. But the first year was good. I can't really remember, but it wasn't, they embraced everything, the Giants. They were great. But Freo were full against it. We weren't allowed to dress up. There was a patch there where the first years had to put on like mankinis and bikinis, and, they had to have that, just they're slaves for a couple of hours. And that was a bit of, that's normal. That happens at all clubs with the first years. But outside of that, like, it was just casual. And I used to like live for the outfit. I was planning it, but the club were like, no kits.
The buy-in from Hawthorn was remarkable. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
And it's like if you don't buy in, it's like, don't even bother coming if you don't dress up properly, kind of thing. That makes everyone dress up.
Sis came as Donald Trump, and he actually sort of looked like him. It was good shit. There's so many good kids, right?
Did he have the red hat on?
Yeah, the red hat. And he had the ear.
Oh, he put a
bit of tape on the
I
ears.
saw that.
That's
Like, it was-
outstanding.
Yeah, it was good shit.
Yeah, the first years back in the day, we used to have to wear bibs and a dummy. unless you were drinking, you couldn't take your dummy out of your mouth.
Speaking of Mad Monday kids, this is my favourite so far, boys. We've got three boys here, Holmes, Blickhouse, and our man Tanner Bruin, and he's got They Won't Pick Him, Mitch. And it's the boys, Mitch Cleary, dressed up for Holmesy.
Oh, that's
Sam McClure.
Yeah, Sam McClure.
He's had a stick.
And then
really.
Harley Reid. Blitz is in the Harley Reid kit. That's an outstanding setup.
That's
They've done
good.
well there.
I think the
very
boys have done very well. But Geelong do it better than anyone, don't you reckon?
Hey, every year. It's like it's part of their culture. But yeah.
All right, we'll move on to some questions and then we'll finish with our KPI Construction. Stop that, our last one for the year. Guinea, you ready for a few questions from the Aces?
Oh, yeah,
I
yes,
haven't looked
sir.
at them yet.
Yeah, but make sure, because sometimes,
Of course, we filter them.
Yeah,
out,
filter
Piggy.
the
Piggy wasn't happy when he did the when we got the questions that once, and I was like,
8 hours. Well, that sucks. Why are we wasting that time? So don't waste that.
he wasn't happy with a couple of the ones that people knew a little bit about him. Righto, what Lambie 05? What's his favourite racehorse, past and present?
Great question.
That is a good question. This is so rogue. I don't know why, but I was 16 at my sister's husband's Bucks party, and I was at the Oaks Day. And in the last race, we were all on something, and we went obscure and went Moonlight Maid, and it was paying $45. So Moonlight Made's just got a special place in my heart from when I was a young guy and everyone filled up. So, yeah, Moonlight Made.
That's great. Me, mate, I think if I think of a horse, Maccabi Diva comes to mind straight away because it was young and it was just so dominant. Black Caviar would be second.
Yep.
You?
Very similar. It's like Maccabi Diva was always winning, but it's boring.
But Apollo
Remember
Ridge now,
Efficient?
boys.
Remember Efficient won the Melbourne Cup a while back?
That Kavanagh?
I reckon I backed that horse that whole summer or spring. I'm telling you, man, it kept letting me down. And then the thing wins the Melbourne Cup at $40. I tell you, I hate that horse. How would you do it to me? Anyway, story of my life.
It's always the way, and it's always when they're paying like $2, you'll lump them and they won't win. And then when they're 40s, you'll stay off and they win.
When it won, my mate's like, mate, how much you win? I'm like, I didn't fucking back it. Anyway,
Criminal.
would have been 18 or 19 back
My
then.
best,
The
one that comes to mind as well is Kentucky Breeze. I don't know if you remember it, but I come back from Austin City Limits and we put a quaddie on and I demanded that we put that in and it paid 50s and it was the last leg and we all took home about 2.5 cash. The quaddie it was actually like one of those steady ones, like $7 winner, $8 winner, $10 winner. Then we had a $50 in the last and it was just... We had six of our closest mates all in it. You know, it was just, we only had 20% of the quaddie, but Kentucky Breeze.
I love Nature Strip as well. He's been a
Oh,
star.
yeah. Jeez, that let me down.
Righto, next question. We've already kind of answered. We'll ask again, though, because we've got to be respectful of everyone that's put in their questions. Rick, 24. Will he turn the goal celebrations up next season? They're already pretty high. Are you going to turn them right up or just continue where you are?
I'll just have a look over the off season, the few NFL games floating around in NBA this season, and try to think of a few with Wizard and CJ and things like that. But yeah, there'll be a few rolling around for sure.
You'll have to ask the coach in the gym first, though.
Oh, yes.
Ask Robin Sam.
Cheeky Guinea has to just get the approval.
It's because of the ass, though.
Yeah. Actually, I was just thinking, you get most of the inspiration from NFL and that, but like week to week, are you thinking, fuck, I don't have a celebration?
Yeah, well, I don't know. Like the last few I did, like was just this stupid dance move that I do when I'm like pissed drinking. So like, like I do like this thing with my hand, and like all the boys know what it is, but no one else in the world knows what it is. So I don't know, things like that. That's like inside gags, and is where most of my inspo comes from.
Lily Morris has written, what was your favourite goal celebration so far? Like, is there one this year that you go, yeah, I really nailed that?
I think like the handshake with CJ was pretty cool after kicking a goal, and then probably the sleep celebration to Collingwood.
Oh, that was the camera on the field as well.
Yeah, he like came up right in
you
my
looked
face.
straight down the
Because I
barrel.
looked at it
That's
and I'm
you.
like, fuck, he's a bit close, and then I was like, oh, yeah, I'll do that.
That's never happened before.
I don't mind that, though. Do you like that?
No,
it's good.
That
Yeah.
was sick.
It's good for the viewers.
Get amongst
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, and then he walked straight to the crowd and was laughing with the Pies cheer
And that
squad.
was right at the cheer squad.
Yeah.
So, geez, they
was a lot
throw
of
some
them.
barbs.
What was the other? We've probably skipped over, but the beer celebration, obviously the Jazzy Cameron, but you had to do that because all the carry on. Who was that bloke that tweeted? Who was that bloke? That was our KPI Construction.
Yeah,
Stop
we gave
that.
him a bit of
we
a
gave him a
clip
bit of a
of
clip
what it
saying,
was.
"Pull your head in, Guinea
Yeah.
can do what he wants."
So let him get into the pub.
But Hivo reckons you had a beer. No, let's clear this up. You looked me in the
You
eyes.
sent me a photo, and I thought, hold on, you're
Okay,
at a
so I
pub
reckon
on a
that's a beer.
Friday, and if you got
So
a
what was in
pint,
the
I'm
glass?
like, this shit. I was like,
You're actually not going to believe me.
Apple
but
juice, it looked
I
like.
promise you, it was water. But because I was wearing an orange jumper, it had the orange
that-
tangy fade to it, which looked like a beer. So, I know.
I never had a beer the night before a game either.
People's going, I'm telling you, man, I've been there, I've done that. It's a beer.
Yeah, like, I'm not that silly to go to the London Tavern and have a frothy. But
I could have got away with it, though. That's probably why. He can't get away
Hey,
with it.
just deny.
yeah, there's a few rolling around. Thought it was lemon lime bitters, but it was a water. Everyone.
There you go. That's what I said. Or apple
It'd be
juice.
funnier if it was a beer, but
Who is your best mate at the Hawks from Liana Mamo? Or closest
best
mates?
mate, CJ and Finn McGuinness, probably them two. And but our group's sort of like pretty big, like Wizard and Connor McDonald. That was number 31, 32, 33, 34. So we got that.
Close to each
We
other.
got that corner that just talk shit, and absolutely love it. So yeah, those boys.
Finn's meant to be the best rig in town. Is that true? I've heard he's a beast.
Yeah, he's an absolute rooster. So
does he bench the house down, or is he just picture perfect?
Yeah, well, he's only like 85 kegs and still benches like 130. So
130 is enormous.
I can only get over like 105.
105 is all right. What's your record?
105 was all right. I was 125, I think was my. I was 100. I was 95 kegs though.
Yeah, that's good.
A bit over 100 now.
What are you weighing? You said you're trying to get under Hundo.
I was 102, I reckon, a couple of weeks back. Got back under 100.
Heading into spring season. The Stingrays aren't going to help at all.
They're the least of any worries.
Low calories, I think these are.
I think the dumplings are more of a worry than the
I
Stingrays.
haven't even had the 60 dumplings. I might break the thing if I jump on it.
Oh, we'll go one more here. Harry O'Han, 1, 2, 3. What do you do outside of AFL? So what are you doing with your personal development and whatnot away from the game?
I think,
question.
yeah, it is a great question. I think I want to start teaching at uni, which would be really good. Just have a passion with kids. I've got a sister who has 3 kids, 2 girls and a boy. And then I love my swimming. So it's rogue, it's exercise, but I really love just going to outdoor pools and swimming. I've got underwater headphones now. So
Really?
yeah,
never knew there was a thing.
Where do you get them?
it's an absolute game changer. JB Hi-Fi. So
Really?
I reckon a couple of years ago I saw him online. Sorry to cut you off. And I remember asking my brothers, like, oh, mate, my mate's got them. And I wanted them because I hate swimming, man. Like, but I was always in rehab and I'm like, I want to go for a swim. I'm put music on, I'll go forever. So what is it? Is it, if your head, do you have to be underwater? Is it cut out or is it balanced out all right? How does it work?
Yeah, they just like sit. It's like a little string, and you just put them just in front of your earlobes, and yeah, they're grouse. So they're like it sounds better underwater, and like I swam my PB yesterday because it was like the first time I had them, and they just like I don't know, they just make you swim faster, and it's just beautiful.
Well, it's like running with music.
I'll listen to obviously you guys, and then
what a play, what a
and then yeah, a bit of techno music.
Oh,
over
you
there.
techno, are you?
Yeah, just hard techno.
Well, you always
just get through the cave.
in the off season and that when you're doing your programs, like you always, I don't know about you, but if I'm running my own, you run with music.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
And how much
Hard
quicker do you
techno,
run?
mate.
If something comes on a beat that you love, and you just, I'm getting there. I'm getting to
What do
this.
you like?
Oh, this is embarrassing.
No, I'm the same.
I used to love punk rock.
That's all right.
Yeah, no, like Simple Plan and shit. I don't listen to it anymore, but then
Nothing
I'll
wrong
listen
with
to
that.
heavy stuff. I'll listen to heavy stuff as well, but I'll listen to anything. Like I'll listen to rap sometimes.
Hey, what gets me going?
Techno.
Bit of Creed.
Yeah, I'm like that.
Yeah, Creed,
but
man. It's fucking
Coldplay. Well, I'll listen to like Chili Peppers, Coldplay, all that kind of stuff. Like I love
Even
that
like
shit.
Powderfinger, I whacked that on the other day. That's a bit of an old school, but there's a couple of songs they've got that I can really belt
Yeah,
out
you
it.
can run
I can run a couple of Ks at a serious clip when Powderfinger's on.
The good thing with the headphones as well, they're like you sync all the music onto them, so it's not Bluetooth, so you can leave your phone at home and you just like click it on and you just pick whatever song you want and then you just run.
That's unbelievable.
So-
That's awesome.
I've never heard of that. That's 2 things tonight. Hockball, still don't know the answer to that. And now you can swim underwater with headphones. I wish I had them when I did my calf.
Exactly.
I was doing a K and a half in the
I
pool. It took me 2
swear.
hours. I was drowning in the pool. If I had the music, I would have enjoyed it.
Yeah, you would've
Years
laughed.
ago, I reckon I went to JB and asked the bloke, and he looked at me like I was an alien.
He's probably a billionaire now. It's amazing, isn't it? Like,
That's good.
Why couldn't we come up with that idea? Headphones underwater.
Maybe you get into it, start
Oh,
swimming
I might
again.
have
The
to.
shots.
I need something.
It's good.
I'm not hitting the
Outdoors,
pavement.
Can I give me
I
three-
told you, I broke my treadmill the other day. I need to get in the pool. I can't break a pool. I know that. I can
Lose
break
the
it.
water.
Oh, that's great. Well, Guinea, do you want to do the honours and finish off? Give him the great hard hat.
Give him the good hat.
I'll try me hard.
While you're
No,
putting it
you
on, I'll
know.
put it on with you. But to KPI Construction, Rama and the team, thank you so much for all your support. Me and Pig have had an absolute ball this year. And without you, this is impossible. Obviously, Brado behind the panels there. Thank you for everything, mate. And Harrow who clips everything up. And everyone that tunes in to all of our shows, but APC, Pig, thank you, brother. You've been
mate,
enormous.
it's
been enormous.
It's been
It's amazing what kind of conversations can start on Boxing Day when you've had 1,000 beers and you lock him into a deal and you call him a couple of weeks later. And a bit like me and Guinea Thursday night, I said, you're good to go next week, and he's good to go.
goes
So
up. What have I agreed to?
man of integrity to my left. But to everyone that tunes in, thank you so much for your support. We love you, and we've had so much fun. It's been a great laugh. And to KPI Construction, as I said, you've been a major sponsor of the show. And we've enjoyed putting the hard hats on and and getting this sign out. But instead of us doing it, we're going to get Ginny to finish off with a KPI Construction Stop That. So Ginny, do us the honours, take that, look down the barrel and tell us what pisses you off and what you want to see people stop doing.
Yeah, so KPI Construction Stop That is horse trainers saying your thing's immoral on the weekend and it being absolutely dog shit. So I've had Wayne Hawkes call me today and I've got my horse running tomorrow, race for Geelong, Wayne, man, and he said it's a good thing. So at $17 first starter. So we'll see how it goes, but if he's wrong, I'll be into him. So stop that, Wayne. If it loses,
He nailed
Stop
it.
that, Wayne. I'll tell you what, though, Wayne has him good to go fresh. So
I hope it wins. We'll probably cut this
if
out.
it wins, I'll be saying go.
yes.
Well, I mean, that was great.
Very good. Hey, Ginny, thank you, mate. An awesome year. Awesome
Right.
year. I remember chatting to you,
Thanks,
Tommy
man.
Talks, to start the year, and to end it with you's been outstanding. Again, thank you to everyone. We hope your team's still alive. Hope you enjoy the weekend. Game responsibly, of course, but we'll be loading up on what number was it? 13. Manikato Stakes.
Yeah, Hegasaki.
Hegasaki. There you go. The Stakes Day. It's a fill up. Enjoy. This episode is proudly sponsored by KPI Construction Services. When it comes to construction sites, reliability and efficiency are key. That's where KPI Construction Services shines. With a single call, KPI provides a range of essential services, which includes labour hire, crane hire, and traffic control. KPI is a progressive business with modern plant and equipment across all of their operating states. Focusing on innovation and to avoid the business drifting is always front of mind. We are proud to be aligned with and have such a reputable company partnering with the show. Aces, I know I always go on about the RIXXs, but I got huge news. We have all our styles and colours restocked on the website right now. Get online, grab some sunglasses at rixeyewear.com.au right now and use our little discount code ACES if you want a 20% discount code on the house.